Yo, welcome into the Jets media stream where I will be letting Jets fans come in and rant about Adam Gase. What's going on, guys? What is going on, guys? Welcome into the stream. Welcome into the stream. If you guys are interested in joining in on today's stream, anybody's welcomed. I will just send you the link to join in and you guys can voice your opinions on Adam Gase, the New York Jets. So if any of you guys are interested in joining in, talking to me, talking to a lot of Jets fans, and joining in on the stream, let me know, and I will send you guys a link to join in on the stream. And yeah, make sure you hit that like button on your way in. I'm trying to make a whole stream right now where we can get a bunch of Jets fans in here and, rant about the Jets, rant about the Adam Gase. So let's see. Anybody in the stream right now want a link? I'll send you the link right now. You guys can come in here and voice your opinion on Gase. Because, I can send anybody a link. Anybody can join in. So anybody that wants to join in and talk football, let me know. I'll DM me on Twitter, and I'll send you over the link. I'm going to send over some links right now so we can get people in. Let me see who wanted in. Forgot who wanted to be in on the debate. Anybody else want to be in here? Anybody's welcomed. Anybody's welcomed in. I'm trying to see who messaged me. Trying to get as much people in. So we got 30 people in the stream. Welcome in. I'm trying to let people join in on the stream. Dan, I'm going to send you over the link right now. Hold on, Dan. I'll let you get in right now. It's kind of like a Zoom call. So there you go, Dan. I sent you all the link. Join in. Letting anybody in here to talk about their opinion on Adam Gase. All Jets fans are welcome. All right, guys, we are live. I just sent some DMs to Jets fans. If any of you guys are interested in joining in on the debate right now, not even a debate, just ranting about Adam Gase, shoot me a DM on Twitter, and I'll send you over the link. I want to give you guys a platform to voice your opinions because, it's been a rough season so far. So I just sent a link to 2 Jets fans that are following me on Twitter. Anybody else that wants to join in, just let me know. This team makes me drink every year. Yeah, man. We had draft picks we could have traded for wide receiver. Yeah, dude, it's going to be a rough season, and I'm excited to get in some Jets fans. We got Dan joining in on the stream right now. What's going on, Dan?
What's up?
Welcome in, bro. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining in on the stream, man. So, obviously you're a big Jets fan. Let's hear your thoughts on Adam Gase.
First, I want to say I'm a big fan of the channel. I love it. I have been post noties on for Twitter, for YouTube, everything. I love the channel.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that a lot.
I hated Gase from the moment that news broke in January last year. I was on FaceTime with one of my friends, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta go right now. Something happened." I couldn't stand it. I was like, "Why Gase? I don't get it. I hate him." But I was like, all right, fine. We'll let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to write anything out. I'm not going to whatever.
Yeah, I feel you right there.
Yep. Went downhill. Couldn't stand him. I remember there was talk of him being, fans talked for him being fired after year 1. I was on board with it. I kind of fell for that 6-2 finish though. I kind of bit into that a little too much. I thought maybe it'll be better. Hated him this entire offseason. And now seeing the players, former players like Brandon Shell, Kelvin Beachum, Brandon Copeland, Jonathan Harrison, like the things they're posting, it's not directly at Gase, but it's like, wow, they're so happy to be gone from Gase, from the team. I'm a little jealous, honestly. I'm a little jealous. And it's infuriating because we know he's bad and the players know he's bad, but they can't say anything. And like, I remember I like Quincy Wilson will tweet stuff and I'll be like, don't reply if you think Gase sucks, and he won't reply. So I'm like, maybe he knows. I don't know. Maybe he's reading the comments.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, bro. Right when Adam Gase got hired, I knew it was going to be a really bad situation
Didn't
in
make
my gut.
sense.
Oh,
Didn't
we
make
got
sense.
someone else coming. We got Brendan joining in. What's going
Hey,
on, Brendan? Welcome to the stream.
yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, bro. So Dan just had his little rant about Adam Gase. So what's your opinion on Adam Gase, man?
Oh boy. So I mean, at first I heard the hire. Going back to when he first got hired, I had like a little rant with my friend, and just like, you got all these options and you're picking the worst of the litter, and everyone's like praising him, like Peyton Manning praised him. People are calling him the whisperer. I'm like, okay, I think we maybe got something, because we haven't had anyone for Sam. And then this last year happened, and a friend and I were talking, and we're like, okay, injuries, offensive line, we can give him a pass on this year. And then the 6-2 start, that's also a good point, or the 6-2 finish. And then coming in this year, you got everything. You just need weapons for Sam, and it's like, you got you got one of the best running backs in the league, and you don't even use, like, you can tell Le'Veon Bell, because he gave a 40-year-old 21 touches in week 2, and it's like, come on, man. So I mean, for me, it's two things. One, if you're a Jets fan through 2 weeks and you consciously believe that the Jets should keep Adam Gase, then through 2 weeks, then you seriously need to be drug tested. That's like, there's no way possible. And with that being said, there's one person who believes the Jets should keep Adam Gase as a Jets fan, and unfortunately, he's the owner.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Richie, you said it on one of your videos. The one good thing that Adam Gase has done is bringing Joe Douglas.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got it right on the head, Brendan. Keep going.
The second thing is, listen, man. I've heard. You're right. Adam Gase is ruining Sam Darnold, but the thing that I find most ridiculous, and it's coming from Jets fans. I can take it from other teams, but this is coming from Jets fans. Sam Darnold is our quarterback. We've been wanting. I've been a Jets fan for 10 years. This is the best quarterback we've had in the last 10 years, and I've said that if we have Sam Darnold right now on our 2 AFC Championship teams, we have 3 Super Bowls.
I am right there with you, Brendan. It really breaks my heart that a lot of Jets fans are already giving up on Sam, but only time will tell. We got a lead from loyal NY Jets fans coming in on the stream. Oh, he's in the car. What's good, Ali? Ali, can you hear us? Ali? I don't think you can hear us. Well, welcome into the stream, bro. And Brendan, you brought up a lot of good points. I'm right there with you with the whole Sam Darnold thing. What's up, Ali? Can you hear us?
Yeah. What's up? What's going on?
Are you streaming and driving? Is that legal?
Yeah.
Yeah, stay safe, bro. But yeah, Brendan, you hit it right in the head. It's unfortunate that a lot of Jets fans are already giving up on our quarterback. This is definitely the most talented quarterback in my lifetime as a Jets fan. And it's the 3rd season, and it's really insane. And like you said, we can hear from other teams, like other fan bases, rooting for Jets should get another quarterback. But for the Jets fans to already turn on our guy like that and not root for him and not want him to be our guy, it's just super unfortunate. Dan, what are your thoughts on Sam Darnold?
Look right here, bro. I got my Darnold shirt on right now. Like,
that's a fire shirt, actually.
Week 2 of last year, right after the Detroit game, I bought it. I was like, this is the kid. Right now, I'm a believer. I still stand with Sam. After week 1, I was looking at some other Jets fans. I was kind of buying into a little bit of it. Then I regrouped. I was like, no, we're not giving up on him yet. Still a believer in Darnold. Always will be. I consider myself one of the biggest Darnold supporters out there. I heckle my friends, people I know, on my Instagram. I heckle them. I'm like, just wait on it. I took screenshots of things they'd say about Darnold. I'm like, you're gonna eat your words. I swear, I have so much stockpiled and so much like in Darnold that he has to be good. He has to do it because I'm going to look like a fool with the things I've been saying to people about him. But I'm still a believer in Darnold. I always will be. I don't care if he goes to play for another team. I'll buy his jersey. Like I'm a Darnold guy until I die. That's it. It's Sam Darnold or bust, man.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you, bro. It's Sam Darnold or bust for me. I said the same thing. If Sam Darnold ever does leave the Jets, I'm supporting him. I'm buying his jersey, and I
100%.
guarantee you, if Sam Darnold goes to another team that's a competent team, and like say like the New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees is getting up there, Ben Roethlisberger, he's getting up there in age. So if he goes to any other team, if the Jets give up on him, I have a weird feeling he's going to thrive, and then we're going to be stuck with a young quarterback, and we're going to ruin him, and we're going to be we're right back to square one. So Ali, while you're so far, you got any opinions right here on Adam Gase, Ali?
I mean, he's a mess. What else can you say? I mean, why is he the head coach of the New York Jets right now? I don't understand. But he is. And I don't think he'll get another gig after this. He might even not even coach high school football after this. Because the way he handles the game is absolutely atrocious. I mean, I know there's injuries. I know there's all this stuff. And that's why he could possibly come next year, which scares me a little bit. But I think you got to put at least some points up. I mean, he just wants to put points up to just have a score up there, not a touchdown, just a field goal up there. And it just doesn't make sense. And I think he's just ruining Sam Darnold like you guys are talking about. And it'd be a disgrace because if he goes to another team, I think he thrives wherever he goes. And if he's away from Gase, I think he's going to have the same – I think he'll have the effect that Tannehill has affected Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Ali. We got somebody else trying to join the stream. We got Joey. What's up, Joey? How's it going?
Hey, good. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, brother.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. So, what's your thought on Adam Gase, bro?
Oh my God! Just like all of you guys, from day one, unproven success from the days in Miami. I mean, the level of incompetence that's being displayed is just unreal. It stems, from management, the ownership, not really management. I have faith in Joe Douglas. He'll turn this around. I'm taking a look at a lot of what he's done in the offseason with the one-year deals. I think he has a bigger plan, which I hope does not include Adam Gase. But, I mean, I think us Jets fans have been suffering for so long, and he's the one, along with Sam Darnold. Obviously, those two are the shining points for a bright future. But I think, it's always the darkest before the light, and I think we're kind of at that point right now where Adam Gase being that darkness is hopefully going to allow Joe Douglas to bring the rest of us into light.
Yeah, man, Joe Douglas is definitely the only guy that we can put our faith in right now that can save Sam Darnold. And only time will tell with that, bro. I mean, Joe Douglas is the best thing that happened to this organization in so long. And you guys all hit on the head. I agree with all your points. Anybody else in the stream right now want to join in and voice their opinion on the Jets? Voice your opinion on Adam Gase. Shoot me a DM on Twitter. I'll send you over the link. I love having you guys on the stream. I always wanted to do this and have Jets fans on here. So anybody else? Who else is in here? Where did Brendan go? Brendan, you want to be in here? Where you leave? Anybody else? Dan, Joey, you brought up good points. What are your expectations for tomorrow? Do you think Adam Gase could, even compete against this Indianapolis Colts team? Anybody who wants to talk, go ahead.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of talk of Indianapolis having their secondary banged up. But, I mean, I feel like a lot of that is preemptive scapegoating. I think no matter what, we're going to have our hands, kind of tied a little bit with how well we can do, given the schematic game plan that Gase has come up with over the last 2 weeks and even the year before. There's no creativity. He lacks that. There's just nothing that he's shown me beyond even having some kind of a hope for even taking on a team that's banged up. I mean, look at what we did against Buffalo and their practice squad last year. Basically, we barely got by, and if anything, we've regressed in all aspects. I mean, even the one bright spot was supposed to be our defense, and were struggling. We looked horrible last week.
Yeah, bro. It really comes down to coaches, the coaching. Dan, what do you think about this game?
Honestly, man, like I don't know if I'm gonna watch the game at this point. I missed the first 2 games because I was working week 1 and 2. And then this week I was like, oh, finally I'm gonna get to watch the game. And now I'm looking at the injuries, looking at Gase. I'm like, what's even the point? I'm gonna waste 3 hours of my life for us to get blown out and embarrassed. I'm gonna have to go on Twitter and read all this shit. Like I've been reading the last 2 weeks. Like I just feel like I could use my time so much better. But obviously I'm a diehard fan. I can't just be home and not watch the team play. So I'm gonna tune in. But honestly, I'm not expecting anything. I'm expecting to go 0-3. Best case scenario is that literally the case for Gase to be fired is stronger than ever. Like if we get embarrassed 3 weeks in a row, 0-3 again, 32nd, it's a done deal. He's on his way out already. But as far as I don't know, but I just can't take it anymore. I mean, the season that I had anticipated is not this season. At least it didn't start out that way. I had so much hope, and now it's all gone. Like I said, I want to watch, but I'm really not trying to see 33-year-old Chris Hogan out there and fucking Braxton Berrios. That's it. Like,
Yeah,
that's it. Like, I don't understand why you bring in guys like Chris Hogan or Frank Gore. That's who we're starting. We're really starting Chris Hogan and Frank Gore in 2020. I get there's injuries, but it's just lack of preparation. And it sucks because the Jets are already a laughingstock. It's fun. It's cool to hate the Jets. It's fun to hate the Jets. So I thought this was the year we're really going to shut some people up, and we're more of a laughingstock than ever. So I'm just, I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, it's a big disappointment. I mean, as a content creator who's making videos about the Jets going into the season, I was wrong on almost everything. So I'm right there with you. All right, we got someone new in the stream. We got JD Goat. I don't think you have a camera on, bro. Or you want to voice your opinion?
I don't.
Come on, what? Why can't we see what you look like?
I just got one thing to say.
All right, go.
My camera, it's off. I just gotta say, let's prepare for 0-16. It may have some benefits to it, guys. Listen, we're probably gonna fall for the first overall pick, and going 0-16 is the only way Adam Gase is gonna get fired. He goes 5-11. He's probably gonna get another year. This is the only way they're gonna get this guy to leave, right? And then we also have to pay this kid Sam after this year, and we already know he has contract issues because remember, it took him 2 weeks to even get into OTA. He missed 2 weeks because his agent wanted money, and we didn't want to give him money because we already had allocations. So think about it. If he does have a decent year this year, he's probably going to want $40 million. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not going to give this guy even $30 million if he doesn't have an MVP caliber year.
I mean, you bring up a good point right there. It's gonna be a really interesting task for Joe Douglas. You know, what is he going to do in the long term? Is he going to prove himself to be the guy? And obviously, all Jets fans really want him to prove to be the guy, but we don't know. I mean, with all the supporting cast around him, it's going to be really tough to deal with it. And the one thing I'm nervous about with Gase is that it's giving the ownership reason to keep him around with all these injuries because it's another excuse. Don't worry, Coach Gase. You know, you had all your wide receivers injured, so that's why you guys suck. So we'll give you another year. You know, that's the biggest nightmare for probably every single Jets fan. Luckily, Christopher Johnson comes to his senses and gets rid of him immediately, and we can go out there and get a guy. I saw this scenario on Twitter that this is probably the best scenario, of my opinion, of what could happen. I'm pretty sure you guys saw it as well. I'm trying to bring it up right now. Yeah, so it is – the Jets go 1-15. We suck. And we get the first pick. We fire Gase. We secure the number 1 pick. We trade the pick to a QB-needy team. And we use that haul plus the Jamal Adams haul to build around Sam Darnold. We hire a real quarterback whispering head coach. And think about it. If we can trade away that first overall pick and we have all the draft capital from the Jamal Adams trade plus that pick, we're going to have so much assets to build around Sam to finally see what he's worth. And I don't think that we're going to have to worry about giving Sam an extension after this year. I think they're going to pick up his 5th-year option, and then next year is going to be his season to prove it. If Sam Darnold shows up with more weapons around him and a new coach, that's when we realize, do we extend him? I think that he has 2 more years under his rookie deal. So I don't think they're going to have to worry about extending him after this year. So Sam Darnold's going to have this year to prove it, which is going to be hard to value him with all the surrounding cast, which is pretty terrible. But next year, I think Joe Douglas is building in cap flexibility and having all this draft capital to build around him in order to see what Sam Darnold is. And obviously, a lot of Jets fans want him to be the guy, but he needs to prove it. And it's hard to judge him right now with a practice squad receivers and a 37-year-old running back and Adam Gase calling plays. At the same time, great quarterbacks can deal with adversity. So it's going to be tough. And we're going up against a red-hot defense in the Colts tomorrow with the ice offense in the Jets. So it's going to be really, really scary. Really scary. So we got 50 people in the stream so far. And if anybody else wants to join in the stream to voice your opinion, please come in. Send me a DM on Twitter. I'll send you the link. And so somebody that guy came in and he said, thank you. So yeah, this is dope. I always want to have my subscribers on a live stream, and you guys have been doing great so far. So yeah, anybody else want to talk about the Jets and rant about Gase? Because this is what this is all about, man.
I got one last thing.
I think one thing we need to all remember as Jets fans throughout this year is I think we all had a moment of clarity where we said, all right, we trust Joe Douglas, and we may not trust Adam Gase, but we need – whatever happens with Sam Darnold, we need to trust Joe Douglas throughout his tenure because he gave away Jamal Adams, our best player, for a fantastic package. He got Mekhi Becton, who's panning out so far, and with the draft capital that we're going to have with the number 1 pick potentially – and Joe Douglas's scouting eye, I would very much have or want that type of capital with Joe Douglas at the forefront.
Yeah, I agree. I think Joe Douglas is like the first person in this that is a GM on this Jets team to really be having a forward-thinking mindset. And it's kind of like we're not used to it. And it's not really helping us out this season because, we're injured all over the field. And it kind of feels like Joe Douglas is punting on the season because he has all this cap space and he's not using it, but he's rather roll it over to next offseason. And that's never happened as a Jets fan. For all of us, we're not used to it, but it's smart. He's forward thinking. And the only thing we can hope is trust the process of Joe Douglas.
For sure.
Yeah.
JD, do you have something else to say? Is that for Joe Douglas?
So, Yeah. That's kind of how I got my name on Twitter, So basically, let's say let's do a hypothetical. We draft Trevor Lawrence, and we keep him, and we have a quarterback competition. Remember, Dallas Cowboys did this with Troy Aikman, and they drafted a quarterback with their supplemental pick. So you have a quarterback war. Let's see who beats who out, and let's say Sam is victorious. Trevor Lawrence will still have that stock. Everybody's going to still want Trevor Lawrence. Maybe people are going to say, yeah, Trevor Lawrence isn't as valuable as the actual first overall draft pick. But who are you going to draft with the first overall pick? Trevor Lawrence. So let's see, whoever will win that battle. It worked out for Dallas. They won 3 Super Bowls with it. So let's just hope as Jet fans we can get something out of this.
Yeah, bro, that brings up a really good point. I think if we get the first overall pick, it's going to be like a really interesting decision for Joe Douglas. Like, what is he going to do? He said he came here to be the Jets general manager because of Sam Darnold. I mean, that wasn't the only reason, but that was one of the reasons he came here. He says quarterback is the most important position in sports. He keeps saying Sam Darnold is his franchise guy, but if he struggles this year, you would think, Joe Douglas might want to draft his own guy. And you bring up a good point. Do they draft Trevor Lawrence and bring in a QB competition and then trade whatever one's not performing? Or do they trade the pick and use those picks to just build around Sam? So it's going to be really interesting, and only time will tell with all this situation. And, the Jets are just an embarrassment, unfortunately, with all these injuries. I've never seen a wide receiver group get banged up more in my life. I mean, we get to see the debut of Lawrence Cager hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
And listen to our receiving corps. It's absolutely insane that we don't have any starting guys. From 1 to 6, they're all hurt. Now Braxton Berrios is dealing with a hamstring. So who knows? Who knows what's going to happen, bro? It's going to be crazy. So we got 46 people in the stream. And if anybody else wants to join in, please message me on Twitter. Smash that like button so we can get as much Jets fans in here as possible because I love giving you guys a voice to voice your opinions.
I think the only one to support Adam Gase so far as a player is Frank Gore.
Yeah, I'm kind of realizing why Frank Gore came here, and that was a big thing. Frank Gore came here with Adam Gase, and now I'm realizing, the reason is because Adam Gase is going to give him the ball 20 times a game.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only reason why. I really hope Frank Gore does not get the ball more than 12 times tomorrow. LaMichael Pirine needs to get the ball, and it's so frustrating watching a 37-year-old who I love. Frank Gore is nothing but an excellent dude. Third overall in rushing, future Hall of Famer. And I love Frank Gore, but he does not deserve to get the ball 20 times. And with Le'Veon Bell out, you need to let the rookie get the reps. And he looked good in his debut. Only had 3 carries for 17 yards. That's like over 5 yards per carry. I know it's a small sample size, but we got to run behind the big ticket with LaMichael, and we'll see what happens, because he's an explosive running back that can take it to the house. I mean, he had an 80-yard touchdown in practice against the first-team defense. So you never know. Hopefully he can bring a spark to this offense, because this offense needs any type of spark possible.
For sure.
I think Mekhi Becton, those guys who spoke out as well, because we talked about all this praise for him, and Mekhi recognized that, and he's like, hey, he told Gase, run to the left side. So when you got a rookie speaking up against your head coach, there's something wrong here.
Yeah. You bring up a great point again. I just love Mekhi Becton, how he's just like so, enthusiastic and energetic about this team. And he literally, every time he pancakes somebody, he's up on the field, screaming to the sideline, run behind me. And he's our best player. I don't think so far in the first games, Mekhi Becton's our best player. And that's crazy. I mean, that's a rookie. And I made a whole film breakdown video, and I was like, wait a second. This is a rookie I'm doing. This is not an established veteran that we signed for a big deal. Like, this is a first-round pick. And so far, he's absolutely dominating. Hopefully, he can build off of his performance and continue it. And Quinn Williams is another guy. So let's kind of switch this over to some optimism, right? I mean, there's not really much positives to talk about with this Jets football team at all. But any of you guys want to talk about Quinnen or Mekhi or anything positive and whatever? Do you think there's any optimism that we can look for tomorrow?
Definitely some. Obviously, there's no game where there's no optimism coming out of. For Mekhi, I was not high on Mekhi at all going into the draft night. I did not want Mekhi Becton drafted. I was just adamant, just anyone but Mekhi. Seriously, I was anyone but Mekhi. And then he gets drafted and immediately tweeted something like, nobody's touching Sam Darnold, at least not on my side. And I was like, never mind, that's it. That you sold me just on that tweet immediately. And from the draft and to now, he's just amazing. I love his camaraderie. I love he's so welcoming to play there. Just so willing to just he's a do anything guy. I love him. I love Mekhi. And I love how quick he meshed with these players. The chemistry with them, fantastic from a rookie. Didn't expect it to go that well, but it did. I think Mekhi is going to get better every game. And I'm really excited to see him on Sunday based on how he played against San Francisco. Definitely Quinnen. He had a best game of his career, obviously best game of his career against San Francisco. So, because a lot of people were saying he's got to break out. Like, this is his second year, especially the letdown of last year for him as a rookie. But Quinnen and Mekhi are like the two guys that pretty much everyone's high on right now. Darnold, I think Darnold will play well with what he has. Obviously, he's not going to go for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, but I think finally, because I'd always see Sam Darnold hate everyone shitting on Darnold, but I think finally people are recognizing that this team has literally failed him and put nothing around him to succeed. So I think the hate on Darnold's going to decrease significantly when they see the pieces around him. He literally got nobody. So, because I would always defend Darnold. I'd sit there on Twitter defending him till the sun went down. So, thankfully, people are really recognizing that there's not much more he could do. He's trying his best. So, Darnold, Quinnen, Mekhi are like my 3 guys right now. I honestly can't think of anyone else. I mean, John Frankenmeyers. I want to see, like you said in the video, in the Colts video when you're playing Madden. Marcus May, obviously. The D-line, like Foley, Shepard, all of them. McClendon. I want to see that. Like Joe Douglas always talks about the trenches. Let's get going. do something on the defensive line. That's what I'm really hoping for tomorrow.
Facts, bro. You brought up really good points there. Those three guys I'm looking at tomorrow, and hopefully there's one player that had a lot of expectations going into this season who was disappointing. Is Chris Herndon so far. And that's
Yeah.
that needs to step up. First game, he had a fumble, really crucial fumble, because I feel like that drive would have changed the outlook of that Buffalo game if they did not turn the ball over. And then week 2, he dropped an insane touchdown pass from Sam Darnold that would have changed the outlook of the game as well. So he needs to really step up. And Adam Gase is a big reason for it. He needs to get his play calling more down the field, get Chris Herndon and mismatches, vertical downfield. I mean, Adam Gase keeps making excuses. Oh, Brashad Perriman went down, so those are only deep threat. We can't space the field. I mean, you got Chris Herndon. I think that he can go out there and give you a vertical deep threat if you just call the play. So, anybody else, Brendan or JD, you want to talk about some optimism?
I think for Chris Herndon, it's the same thing about Sam Darnold. If he goes to another team, he's going to be solid. So, I
agree, Brendan.
We've got to use him. Specifically, he's got to use him. The strong thing for me, I know we're hurt on the offensive line, but I just want to praise the offensive line for last week against a good D line in San Francisco. Did you guys not see how much time Sam Darnold had in the pocket? He hasn't had that all of last season.
Yeah, that's crazy. And there's nobody open. That was the problem. Sam had all the time in the world, and there's no receivers open downfield. It was driving me crazy. Like, we finally get protection, and now there's nothing. So, JD, what do you want to say?
I just want to talk about Mekhi Becton, to be honest. That's the only guy who we should be really talking about. This guy is an animal, man. Oh my God. He's throwing people down. He's making people look like scrubs. He's playing Pop Warner, to be honest, and he's like the big kid, He's just throwing people around, and he likes it. And you got to run through him. You don't run up the gut. You don't run through your worst lineman, Van Roten. You run through your best lineman, Becton. Come on, it's not that hard. I could coach this team. Anybody could really coach this team. And Quinnen, this kid already has more sacks than he did last year. 3 sacks. This guy could be good. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for an Aaron Donald type-ish player. And Quinnen has a skill set. Quinnen may not be as brolic as Aaron Donald, but he sure is, getting them sacks, and that's all we need from him. He needs to show that 3rd overall pick wasn't a bust, and I was scared last year because I don't want to write him off yet, and I'm not going to write him off because he already has 3 sacks, but that looks good. Mims is another guy that is starting to scare me. I don't know if you guys know Stephen Hill. He, 2nd round receiver. He had hamstring injuries, and he was quite the bust. I'm just hoping this guy could turn it around when he gets healthy. Yeah,
the only thing about Mims that scares me, to be honest, is his health. I mean, we haven't seen him do anything. I mean, hopefully by week 5 he'll be eligible to come off IR and he'll be playing against the Cardinals, because that is definitely a big concern. And injuries across this whole team is a concern. And tomorrow we're going to see hopefully a rookie, Lamichael Pirine. We're going to see undrafted rookie Lawrence Cager.
Yep.
There's a lot of rookies that are unfortunately injured. Cameron Clark is out. Jabari Zuniga is out. Bryce Hall, we knew, was not going to be playing in the beginning half of this year. So Mekhi Becton's and Braden Mann are the only 2 rookies that are healthy and playing. Braden Mann's the GOAT. I mean, he's the best punter in the league already. Yep. Just kidding. But bro, Quinnen Williams, I think that it comes down to his mental makeup is what's going to make him, because I always notice, even his rookie season, he always kept saying the word dominate, and he wants to dominate. And now he came in there in his rookie season, he did not dominate. So we kind of had a wake up call. It's like, wait a second, I need to change my whole regimen. I need to change everything. I can't just expect myself to go to the next level and dominate people like I was doing in Alabama. This is a different ball game. So we kind of had a whole revamp all season, changed what he was eating, got his body weight down, body fat. And you can see the improvement. I mean, he wants to be that dominant player up the middle in that interior defensive line. And I think he has all the potential to do it. And that one play against the 49ers that he had where you mentioned Aaron Donald. That was an Aaron Donald type of play. It was like a complete wrecking ball, blew up the entire play, had a forced fumble, almost secured the fumble. So if he can be consistently doing that, and if we can have Quinnen Williams and Mekhi Becton coming out of this year, they all are healthy, and they really showed up, and they're like, wow, okay, we have cornerstones on the 2 sides of the trenches, because the trenches are the most important position in sports besides quarterback. Joe Douglas really values that. So if we can have both of those guys to be our cornerstone defensive tackle and left tackle, that's huge for this team. And hopefully, like you mentioned, we got to run to the left side. That left side is the only healthy part of that O-line now, because Connor McGovern is out, George Fant's out. So they should be running to that left side almost every single time.
Oh, Lord.
And if they're not running it, they should be doing play actions. Like, I get so frustrated thinking about it. Like, I saw the stat on Twitter about Michael Nania. You guys probably saw it as well. The Jets are like one of the best teams on running the ball on first down, which is pretty insane. You wouldn't think that. And they're last in calling play action. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, that the perfect time to call a play action is when you're running down their throat on first down. You call play action. You get Sam Darnold on the move because that's what he's best at. We all know what Darnold's best at, and Gase is not letting him do what he's best at. And we saw that incredible, flashy touchdown from Sam. And, like, that kind of had a wake-up call to the rest of the NFL. Jets fans know what he can do. And that play was a highlight. I mean, it was garbage time, obviously. Maybe the 49ers weren't trying, but if you just look at the throw, not every quarterback can do that. And SportsCenter tweeted it. Darnold's getting the love from that. Everyone's like, yo, free Darnold from Gase because he's holding it back. And that play was nothing to do with Gase. It was a broken down, improvised play. So hopefully Darnold can just create magic out of nothing tomorrow, because we got diverse Justin Houston and DeForest Buckner, I'm pretty sure. Those two guys are going to be going after Sam. I trust Mekhi to hold down that left side, but now with George Fant out, Chuma Edoga coming into his second year, hopefully he can solidify that right tackle. But I think it all comes down to Adam Gase's play calling and Sam Darnold just creating, limiting the mistakes. He did not have a turnover last week, which is really insane because that interception he had against Buffalo was a boneheaded move. But that's what Sam Darnold's known for. You know what I mean? Like, he has that baller mentality. He has the confidence in him where he feels like he can make throws, and it bites him in the ass sometimes. But at the same time, you saw the touchdown against the 49ers. So that's what you're going to get. So you're going to get some boneheaded moves. And that was kind of Darnold coming out of college. People understood he's going to make those bad decisions, kind of like a Brett Favre. Brett Favre was known for forcing it too much, throwing way too many picks, but he bounced it back with, more touchdowns, more insane plays. So that's what I feel like Darnold needs to work on, is his decision making and just getting on the move. Like, we need play action bootlegs. Like, holy hell. All right. That's my rant real quick. Anybody else in the chat want to join in on the stream? You're more than welcome. We got 54 people. I want to thank Dan, Brendan, and JD Goat for joining in. You guys are awesome. Yeah, we got 54 people in. Make sure you smash that like button on YouTube so we can get more people in the stream. So what are you guys' expectations for tomorrow? Anybody besides Chris Herndon, like I mentioned, what other player, and besides Darnold, like, what player that's like a low-key guy that's not a big name needs to, like, step up tomorrow in order for us to win?
Cager.
I think
Cager.
I hope Cager gets the reps.
Yeah,
I think
it's true. If Cager has the opportunity, he'll be great. I mean, it's 6'5", 225 or something like that. Woo! That's an animal right there. That's an animal right there. 6'5". Oh my Lord.
We also got Scott, who's 6'5" as well. I don't know. He's probably not going to be elevated, but he's on the practice squad. Wide receiver Jaleel Scott, he's a 6'5" kid as well.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, but I haven't seen a lot of Scott, but I know Cager because we all saw that catch that he made during the off season. Well, during practice, and if they give him the opportunity, I think he's going to ball out. Yet again, he's just a rookie, so don't expect a 200-yard game, but he's taller than Julio Jones. He's taller than the big name receivers. He can make those Randy Moss type plays. He can moss over these guys, and if they give him the opportunity, I think he's gonna give us some good stuff.
Yeah, bro, he's a red zone threat.
Who's
he's a guy that
up against?
Go up there and get the ball. So Lawrence Cager, I'm hoping he just gets reps, because knowing Gase, I don't trust him. I feel like every single Jet fan that wants to see these players play, they don't do it. They don't get Chris Herndon involved. He doesn't get LaMichael Pirine the ball. Maybe last week he didn't give the ball to Pirine a lot is because he was limited in practice, and that was his first game back. But now he fully participated in practice this week for the first time, so there's no excuses. Pirine should be getting at least 12 to 15 carries tomorrow. And if he doesn't, you guys will see me ranting about that as well. So what are some players on defense?
I love Pierre Desir. I've loved him since we signed him. I watched his tape, and he's on Hopkins every single time, and he's locked him up every single time. So I was very, very happy when he got that pick last week, and Greg Williams doesn't give a crap. He rightfully benched him in week 1. He came off the bench rightfully in week 2. I think he should have a big game this week and keep his Jets tenure looking up from where he started. But I'm one of the biggest Pierre Desir fans, and I just love him as our CB1. But
yeah, I mean, when we signed Pierre Desir, it was a shock that the Colts let him go, and Joe Douglas went out there right away. He's more of a, I would say, Pierre Desir is like a Band-Aid type of cornerback, like a 1 year to solidify that spot until we get another young rookie or a young guy next year. But Pierre Desir, his rookie, his debut as a Jet was really disappointing, but then he came back. He was benched too. And then Quincy Wilson went down with an injury. He filled in, and he had an interception. So Pierre Desir is definitely a guy that needs to step up. I see GangGreen David's in the stream. What's going on, David? Welcome in. If you want to join in on the stream, David, let me know. I can send you over the link. You can join in and talk about some Jets with us. One player on defense that I really want to see have an impactful game is Jordan Jenkins. I think that we need an edge rusher to get the quarterback. Yep. He's more of a run-stopping edge guy, but, he had 8 sacks last year, and he missed a lot of time. So if we can get consistent pressure to the quarterback on the edge, that opens it up for Quinnen up the middle. So, that's a guy. And another guy is Bless also on the other side. He had a disappointing week 2. He's like low-key a little too aggressive with his tackling, and then he misses tackles too much. So if Bless Austin and Pierre Desir can lock down because we're going against T.Y. Hilton, the secondary is definitely concerning. But hopefully Avery Williamson as well. So anybody else you guys can think of?
We need our cornerback to show up because not only do they have to cover T.Y. Hilton, they have to cover rookie Michael Pittman Jr., who's looking really good, Zach Pascal, and I know there's one other guy, I just can't think of him, but they got a nice receiving group over there. Phillip Rivers, he throws a lot of interceptions, so I guess we have to rely on that, but never rely on interceptions because, there's always that receiver that can make that play. On defense, I'd like to see McDougald. He had that really good first game. He had that fumble recovery, but ever since then, he's made some good plays. But I want to see, that presence. Prove that you aren't just a part of the Jamal trade, that you are the Jamal trade.
Yeah, I agree. Bradley McDougald needs to step up. He's been kind of quiet. Real quick, GangGreen David, I messaged you the link to the stream on Twitter. So go to Twitter and I'll let you join in, talk about some Jets. Let me try to think. Bradley McDougald, you were right. I mean, he's been kind of quiet. He hasn't really done anything bad or anything good. He's kind of just been there. But switching over to the offense, one player that's been extremely disappointing is Greg Van Roten. He's been getting called. I low-key was the one injured in George Fant. But, that touchdown that Darnold had against the Niners, Greg Van Roten got destroyed up the middle. And then Sam Darnold had to escape the pressure. He's probably been our worst offensive lineman so far. Alex Lewis has been really solid. We all know about Big Ticket. Connor McGovern's been pretty good. He's unfortunately out. And George Fant's been not bad. I mean, this offensive line is, comparing it to last season, is an incredible upgrade. Joe Douglas revamping this line, you got to give him a shit ton of credit because that is not easy to get 5 new guys with a rookie at that left tackle and really make it work. And now we're going to see how the depth is going to be because Josh Andrews is going to be a center. Chuma Doga is going to be a right tackle. So I think this offensive line is going to be another big test for this Jets offense going against the Colts. And, we're going against the Colts. They have probably one of the best offensive lines in the league. And we're going against Quinn and Nelson. And he's probably going to be matched up against Quinn and Williams. You guys, who's going to win that battle, Quinn and Williams or Nelson?
Quinn and Williams better.
Yeah, he better, but I don't know if he will.
That's going to be a
big win if he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he has to at least on a couple plays. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this whole Colts offensive line is just so good that, we're going up against a rookie running back, Jonathan Taylor, who's been great. And it's just a really good offensive, running attack. I don't really trust Phillip Rivers. I feel like we can stop Phillip, but if we, going into the season, we're like, oh, the Jets are great at stopping the run, and then the first play of the game, we give up an 80-yard touchdown. So it's like, what's going on? And I know Jets fans don't want to hear this, but I said this in multiple videos. We're definitely missing out on Jamal Adams. His presence on defense last year was a big reason why we were so good, and we don't have that star to to pick up where he left off. Marcus May filled in that role perfectly week 1, and then he kind of was a little disappointing in week 2. So hopefully Marcus May can have a bounce back game and be elite. But there's just a lot of players that need to step up, and there's a lot of players that's going to be giving opportunities because of these injuries, like Josh Malone. He's going to be a starting outside receiver for us. Is he going to be any good?
Josh Malone.
Just catch the ball.
Bad.
Just catch the ball.
Yeah, I mean, just get open too. I mean, Darnold had time last week, but he was scanning the field. Nobody was open downfield. What else is he supposed to do? Chris Hogan is like battling, like he has a bruised rib. He's coming off knee surgery. He's 33. Like we're and Braxton Berrios knows a hamstring. Gosh, man, it's just like really can't give Sam Darnold any help.
Nope. When it rains, it pours.
When it rains, it pours, man. And and going into the tight ends. So a lot of Jets fans always talk about this. You guys think that we need to get Ryan Griffin involved with a 2 tight end set?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. What is it? 0 targets in 2 games? That's ridiculous. He's your starting tight end for like half the season, and he's not even getting a target now. Why are you not
had a career year
getting him involved? Like, I just it doesn't make sense. This is what doesn't. Gase is so quick to just have an excuse ready to go, and the first thing that I really saw was last season with Luke Falk starting was like, oh well, we had Luke Falk. Well, Sam Darnold's hurt, but it's like you're not even going to try. You're playing to fail at this point. You're playing to lose. They played those games to lose with Luke Falk. They didn't even want to try. So now his excuse is, oh well, everyone's injured. So if everyone's injured and you're gonna lose, you're expected to lose. Everyone's predicting you're gonna lose. Just open the playbook up, take a shot, do something different. Like lose honorably at least. Like at least make it look like you're trying to win. But you're not. They're just like wide receiver screens, crossing routes. Not even gonna get your second tight end involved in the game. I understand there's injuries, but you're not even trying to win. Like you're just falling into it. Every team has injuries. Every team has an excuse. But none of them give into the excuse and say, well, let's wrap it up, guys. The season's over. We got injured. That's what pisses me off so much is that he doesn't even try. He just gives up. The quickest and most convenient excuse is there. He's going to take it and give up, and that's it. He doesn't care. That's what pisses me, and I know everyone else off, is that just open the playbook up. Just let Sam Darnold throw it down the field, whether he throws an interception, whatever happens, but at least we can make it look like you're trying to win the game. Like now we know you're not. We know you're just losing because you know that it won't fall back on you because you could just throw excuses out there and save yourself. That's what pisses us off.
Facts, bro. Facts. We got someone else joining in. We got Bo.
What's up? How you doing?
Welcome into the stream, brother. We got GangGreen David coming in as well. What's going on, David? Welcome in.
Richie, what's up, man? Finally on your channel for the first time.
Yeah, right? It's been a long time. We should have done this a while ago, bro.
How's it going?
In. Going well. It's going well. So we're doing a quick little Adam Gase rant, as you guys can see. We got Bo newly in here as well. We got GangGreen David. You guys probably all know him. He has great YouTube content about the New York Jets. And then we got a new guy coming as well. His name is Don't Ditch Sam. You got to love that name.
That's a good one.
David, you want to give your quick little opinion on Adam Gase?
I mean, there's not much of an opinion to give. I mean, the guy's just an awful head coach. I mean, there's a reason why no Jet fan wanted Adam Gase to begin with, because it's a coach that completely forced talent into Miami. He completely quit on his team when he had to overcome any bit of adversity whatsoever. He didn't inspire his players at all. He's not a good football coach. He's not a quote-unquote brilliant offensive mind. He's a fraud. That's just the thing. And now you brought him in to be that coach that could take Sam Darnold to the next level. He's done the complete opposite of that, because you're seeing Sam Darnold continuously regress. He's getting happy feet in the pocket. He's throwing off his back foot. He's making tough decisions. And yes, the coaching does take a big role in this too. I mean, the lack of playmakers obviously as well. But good coaches, and even competent coaches, I'm not saying it has to be Harbaugh or even Belichick, but a competent head coach could probably get more out of this Jets team than Adam Gase. Because everybody can talk about how, Adam Gase led the Broncos to probably one of the top offenses in the league in 2013. Dude, I could be the offensive coordinator of Peyton Manning and look good. He didn't have anything to do with Peyton Manning's development in Indianapolis. But the fact that Peyton Manning probably conned Christopher Johnson into some bill of goods to get this guy in here is mind-boggling. Because I knew hiring this stupid fraud would set this franchise back probably at least 5 years. Because now we're at the point where we're supposed to see if our quarterback is the real deal. We're probably thinking about taking Trevor Lawrence. That's how bad we are. It sucks, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I agree with every single point you just mentioned. It sucks that Jets fans are already turning on Sam, but year 3, I would never anticipate this. You know what I mean? When we drafted the guy, we got to give him time to develop, and now it's feels like this franchise is failing him just from hiring Adam Gase. Right when I got the notification that Adam Gase was the new New York Jets head coach, I remember it. I'll never forget this moment. I completely felt just complete disappointment in my body, and I'm usually a big optimist. I usually find the light in everything, and it was no. And then I immediately forced myself, okay, what is Gase? And I did research more on him, and I find any positive, and then I'm like, yo, guys, maybe Gase is.
You have to buy in.
And then I had to buy in as a Jets fan, and my whole thing about Gase was when we first hired him is just prove me wrong. I've been saying that for so long, and he's been continuously proving me right. We got new people in here. We got Bo. What's up, Bo?
Yeah. What's up? How you doing?
How's it going? Welcome into the stream.
Yeah, so I just wanted to share my little opinion on Adam Gase, and I feel like this is a pretty general consensus, but I never understood the hire to begin with, because his whole upper echelon of talent was coaching Peyton Manning, and Sam Darnold is not Peyton Manning. You don't bring in someone who coached one of the best quarterbacks of all time to sit in the pocket like a statue for one of the brightest improvisers coming out of the 2018 draft class. It never made sense to me when Matt Rule is there, when Eric Bieniemy is there. I don't understand how you look at Adam. Exactly. I don't see how you look at Adam Gase and be like, that's the man for Sam Darnold. I just don't know what Christopher Johnson is thinking. And I don't know why he didn't fire Mike Maccagnan earlier. I don't understand that move. It just feels like from top to bottom, this franchise is in shambles because of the Johnsons, because of incompetence at coaching. Joe Douglas is the only bright spot here. And it doesn't really look like he's trying to put weapons around Sam right now, which concerns me because it feels like he might just want to restart with a new head coach with a new quarterback.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel you on that, bro. It all comes down to the owners. Christopher Johnson did not fire Maccagnan in time. He hired Adam Gase. It all starts from the top. And this meme, I always find it hysterical. It's a picture of Woody and Christopher Johnson, and it just says, "We have no idea what we're doing." And it's just so true. I mean, these guys are just business billionaires, and they're just pocketing profit. Yep. And they don't know anything about football. Nope. And they got Johnson & Johnson baby powder company. Why are you owning the New York Jets? You don't know anything about football. You're a disgrace. And I'm a diehard Jets fan, obviously, and a Mets and a Knicks. I know it's terrible 3 combo because they're all really bad. All 3 of them have been really bad for the same reasons of ownership. Luckily, the Mets are getting a new owner. And I keep saying, all right, the Mets are off my list. Now it's time for a new owner for the Jets and Knicks. And Dolan and the Johnsons don't look like they're going anywhere anytime soon. So it's really unfortunate. We got someone else new in the stream. His name is Don't Ditch Sam. How's it going, bro?
It's going well.
It's going well. So what's your opinion on Sam Darnold and Adam Gase? I can see your name right there, your initial opinion.
Yeah, obviously, I want us to keep Sam. I don't like Gase, though.
Smart move.
Definitely fire Gase.
You want to fire Gase right now?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, promote Greg Williams head coach then.
The one thing I'm right there with you. I just don't if we do fire Gase right now, who is going to be calling the plays? You know what I mean? I'm not even saying
Bob Cooter.
Yes,
Sam Bob Cooter. That's what
I mean, I'm
should be
down,
done.
but the Johnsons just are so incompetent, and they will never do that. It's like I want to do that, but they just won't do that. It's so frustrating. Gosh, wow.
Richie, can I say something quickly?
Yeah, of course.
Somebody, I think it was Bo who mentioned this. He was talking about why Christopher Johnson didn't fire Mike Maccagnan when he did. The reason why he fired Mike Maccagnan when he did was because Adam Gase won a power struggle because the general manager knocked out after the draft and after the free agency. Because keep in mind, Adam Gase got free agents that Mike Maccagnan brought in. Adam Gase didn't want the free agents Mike Maccagnan brought in, hence the whole Le'Veon Bell thing. He didn't want to pay a running back that much money. Rumor has it that he wanted to get Tevin Coleman, Matt Paredes, but we ended up overpaying a running back who he's hardly using, and it's showing that. We also overpaid for a middle linebacker who now can't stay on the field because he's either opting out or you go back to last year, he's had that groin injury, which he actually managed to suffer a sort of season-ending injury for the first time in his career. Because also keep in mind, C.J. Mosley, before he came in here, only missed, I think, 1 or 2 games of his career prior. So I think also connecting to another point, something has to be going on in practice because there is no way that any sort of football team should be suffering the amount of injuries in back-to-back years like the way the Jets are. It's mind-boggling, at least. It's something they've been doing in practice. Like, sure, injuries happen in the NFL, but it can't be as long as a list as the New York Jets for the last couple of years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro, it just doesn't make sense. It's like, is it luck? Are we just cursed? Is it the turf? Is it the practice field? Like, what is going on with these injuries? Every single injury report you see, it's a laundry list for the Jets and 4 guys for the opposing team. I mean, besides the 49ers, because they're really banged up as well, but it just doesn't make sense. And you hit on the head, David. You know, last 2 off seasons ago with Mike Maccagnan going out there and getting Le'Veon and C.J. Mosley, you know, that is not a Joe Douglas move. Joe Douglas would never do that. If Joe Douglas was hired earlier, Le'Veon Bell would not be here and C.J. Mosley would not be here. We saw what Joe Douglas did his first offseason. He spread it out, the wealth, into 1-year deals. And we only have 1 guy under contract this offseason that we signed last offseason. You know, every deal, you know, George Fant, when we initially signed him, a lot of Jets fans were like, whoa, we gave him way too much money, $10 million a year for 3 years. But if we have an out after this year, there's a lot of like contract details that we just don't know about. I'm pretty sure Connor McGovern is the only guy that we have for 3 years. Everybody else, it's like a 1-year tryout deal, and we're going to have so much cap flexibility. Joe Douglas, like I always say, he's long-term thinking, and we're just not used to that. So it feels like he's punting on this season, but he's just building the future. I mean, if you look at it this way, I know it feels like the Jets are failing Sam, but if you go into the season of the playmakers around Sam and look at him healthy-wise, it's not that bad. You know, Joe Douglas didn't predict this to happen with these injuries. I mean, I felt pretty confident with Brashad Perriman, Denzel Mims, Jameson Crowder, Le'Veon Bell. I mean, not that they're elite, but I feel like they're average at best. But it's just the injuries you can't predict. It's like crazy how Sam Darnold has to deal with this adversity in his 3rd season, and this is the year where a lot of people are judging him. And now, like, all these beat reporters are coming out with articles. It's like Sam Darnold has to overcome Jets' mess in order to shut up Trevor Lawrence talks. And it's like, what kind of quarterback can deal with this with the 200 offensive line with Adam Gase? Oh man, I can go on and on.
Maybe Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, maybe Aaron Rodgers. We got someone new to the stream. What up, Mike? You hear me, Mike?
Yo, what's up, bro? Yeah, what's up, Brent? How are you?
It's going well, bro. Yeah, I can hear you. Welcome into the stream.
Yep.
You got
it's a great time.
Yeah, of course. You got to take on our head coach. That is an amazing person, Adam Gase.
Brilliant offensive line.
Yeah, Adam Gase is really the biggest asshole in the world, but you know, what can you do? While he's doing drugs on the sidelines and, you know, sniffing coke. It's pretty great to watch every week, the Jets. It's a beautiful thing. And by the way, bro, I'm from the Bronx, so we have kind of a relation, both from Bronx and right?
I don't know how much alcohol you need to get through the Jets, Matt.
I mean, you know,
I probably need a lot.
I could understand why there's the Trevor Lawrence talk because he can use his legs, and he's 6'6" and 215 pounds. I mean, the guy is humongous and that has better mechanics than Darnold. But can he get over the situation? No. I don't think anyone, not even God himself, can get over this situation.
Yeah, I mean, and you also got to factor in the Adam Gase play calls. Like, what is Trevor Lawrence going to put way more accurate out routes and like way better timing on screen passes and way better handing off the ball to a 37-year-old running back up the middle. Like, what do you expect Sam to do with this situation? Sam Darnold had 0 passes down the field, 20-plus yards. That's not on Sam. That's called play call.
That's very bad. That's very bad.
terrible.
I mean,
He's just handcuffing him.
It's completely handcuffing him. It's not letting him explore what he's good at, which is improvising, which is getting him on the move, which is, broken down plays. I mean, I mentioned this earlier in the stream, that touchdown from Sam against the 49ers, garbage time, it had nothing to do with Gase. It was Sam creating something out of nothing. And it's just like, yo, Gase, I mean, get him on the move. Get these young guys in rhythm. Frank Gore does not need to get the ball 20-plus times.
Right.
At 37 years old.
Frank Gore is bad. Give it to P. Ryan, man. Give him 30 touches, man. Let him run the ball. Like, let's see what he got,
He should be your starting running back, honestly, now.
No, he
see what
definitely got running back. I mean, what he did to Jamal Adams in college was pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, last week, LaMichael Pirine came into the game and he was limited in practice. So maybe that had something to do with it. But now there's no excuses. He was a full-time participant in practice this week for the first time since his ankle injury. So he needs to get the ball more than any other running back. I'm really worried that Kalen Balazs is going to be getting the carries over Pirine, and I'm going to be.
Oh, he absolutely will.
Yep.
It's an Adam Gase strategy. Of course he will.
Balazs is terrible. He can't even get over a 5-yard run.
What's going on, Bo? You hear me? I saw you for a quick sec. Come on, turn that camera on, bro. Don't be shy.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I just got kicked out for a second.
No, you're good. Welcome back in. We're just.
Yeah, I just got.
I love having this. I've always wanted to have a stream to have you guys on here. You guys can voice your opinions. I built a platform, so not only me can voice my opinions, but Jets fans like you guys have just as much passion as me and David, and you guys have all the opinions in the world. So I'm happy to have you guys on here.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks
man.
for having us.
Yeah.
Of course. To finish off the stream, you guys have anything else to say?
Basically, just we're just gonna go into tomorrow with our head at highest and hope we win. But if we win, I'm gonna go crazy and I'm gonna be calling people out on Twitter. If we lose, be down in the dumps just like the other 2 weeks. So it's hit or miss.
It is hit or miss. What up, Dan? Dan Mitchell's in the stream. This is a great YouTuber. He is part of the Bills Mafia. Bills, obviously Jets fans don't like the Bills, but Dan Mitchell's a great dude. Great Bills content. He supports Jets media. Very good dude. Check him out. You better buy my dude's merch. Appreciate that, Dan. Yeah, guys, I got brand new Jets media merch. It's custom. I got a black T-shirt and a custom. My boy has a business where he bleaches them. So this is the Corrupt the Closet version. So make sure you check that out if you're interested.
I got you, bro.
Appreciate that. Jets suck. Fins up. Appreciate the love from Miami, Josh. Always appreciate, AFC rivals joining in on the stream. It's all love here. So, yeah, anybody else want to quickly – I want to make sure everybody has an opportunity to talk because I don't know if everybody had a chance. I think everyone did. Anybody else in the stream want to come in and join? Just let me know. I'll send you the link on Instagram, Twitter, anything. But, yeah, I mean, let's get a quick preview for tomorrow. Dan just said what he thinks. David, what are you expecting for tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow I expect a blowout. I mean, this is a team that's got a really good defense. And you look at the way they performed last week, they only held the Minnesota Vikings to 11 points. And that has an offense filled with Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, Kyle Rudolph, and Kirk Cousins. Imagine what they're going to do when they have to go up against a brilliant offensive mind. God forbid, Adam Gase finally gets his head out of his ass and actually coaches a game for once instead of just having this quarter mentality. Like, if I'm Adam Gase, you all know he's not going to do this, but start getting innovative. Use your tight ends. Use your running backs. Any combination, he can get the best out of his team no matter what the case is, and Adam Gase doesn't. He quits after any sort of adversity. But that Colts defense is powerful. I mean, their front is massive. I know they lost Malik Hooker, but a lot of Colts fans are praising Justin Blackmon. Darius Leonard's a phenomenal player. This is a Colts defense that's going to be ready to strike. On the offensive side of the ball, they're going to attack pretty hard too. Our defense looks really lost right now. I mean, they're going up against one of the best offensive lines in football, so you hope that Quinton Williams can kind of continue to improve and really take advantage of that Quentin Nelson matchup and try to get pressure on Rivers a little bit. it's going to be a tough game. Indianapolis, there's fans. The culture riding high off a great win. They're playing incredibly well. So I'm hoping for the best tomorrow. But I'll be live tomorrow for the game. So it's going to be a fun one. But we'll see, man. I got no faith.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate because the faith is in the optimism is so hard to come by after seeing the first weeks of this game of this team. And I've been having live streams before each game, and especially the first game. I was like so optimistic going into the Bills game, like let's go. Like, and first drive is a 3-and-out. I'm like, yeah, this is not going to go well. This is not what is supposed to happen. It was just, it just comes down to, oh man, all these injuries. I mean, we can't even bring the injury excuse up anymore with all these injuries all across the NFL. But it's just crazy how we're getting banged up at one position. It's like the wide receiver group can't stay healthy.
I feel like that's been happening the last 3 years, though. It's been the same thing for the last couple of years with injuries. So what else is new?
Exactly. And the great coaches in this league can deal with adversity. You saw what the 49ers did last week. They went down like crazy, but it didn't faze Kyle Shanahan in that defense and that offense. It's like next man up mentality. They adjust.
Honestly, they didn't look that great after Jimmy G got out. Just for that team.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we did look really bad. I mean, right when was it Nick Mullins or something, the backup quarterback came in?
He had those 3 good games like a couple of years ago when Jimmy broke his knee.
Yeah, it's like I don't know how we let a backup just, beat us in the second half. We easily could have came back in that game, but the offense, again, just couldn't move the ball. And there's so many head-scratching moves from Gase, going for it on 4th and 1, which is a great aggressive play call. But the idea to give your practice squad running back the ball does not make sense. The idea of just kicking a field goal and not going for it when you're down 3 touchdowns, he's just playing as a loser. It's like
he tries to outsmart people, though. You got to see how he coaches. He tries to be cute when he coaches. It's stupid. I'll put in a practice squad running back so I can pretend it's a play action, but it's going to go to him anyway. What are you doing, man? Just do a play action. Let Darnold even do a QB sneak. If he gets hurt, he gets hurt. We got a first down.
Yeah,
still,
he doesn't even give Sam the freedom to do an audible, which is like
he's 6'4".
Yeah.
He's 6'4", 225 pounds.
Let it out, man.
Back.
Doesn't make sense. It's like Gase came here on purpose to ruin this organization, and it's so frustrating. Hopefully the Johnsons can come to their senses and realize like Gase is making his franchise backpedal instead of going forward, because it is not looking good for this Jets team. We are arguably the worst team in the NFL, and it's like what? What?
I mean,
going in?
What do you do if we go 0-16 now? Like, what do you do if we go 0-16? Like, would you trade like the first pick and get a bunch of picks, or would you keep the first pick and go with Trevor Lawrence? Like, that's something you really have to ask yourself. Or just
get
the 4th pick.
It's a great question. I think there's a lot of factors that goes into that. Is Sam Darnold playing really bad? Is that why we're 0-16, or is he showing improvements and showing flashes of potential, but the overall team around him is the reason why we're losing? My gut tells me Joe Douglas gets that first pick. He's trading it back to a QB needy team and getting more assets, because Joe Douglas is a guy that would love as much assets as possible. We got a haul for Jamal. He would love a haul for the first pick and use those picks to build around Sam. And entering Sam's 4th year, that's the year where he has to prove it to be the guy. And then after that year, it's going to be, because we don't have to pay Sam after this year. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to probably pick up his 5th year option. So we're going to have another 2 years with him under contract for his rookie deal. So we have a long time until we have to pay Sam to see if he's the guy. But it's so hard to evaluate Sam with the factors around him. And it's like, it sounds like we're making excuses, but it's just so true. I mean, I'm just waiting for the Jets to move on from Sam. And I said this earlier.
Bad.
And waiting for him to go to a good team and for him to be just lighting it up. Like the Saints, for example, Drew Brees is getting up there in age. He might take over there. The Steelers, all these teams that have really old, veteran, great quarterbacks that are going to need one. I have a feeling if they give up on Sam, he's going there and he's going to take that team to another level where I'm just going to be depressed. and then we're probably going to draft a quarterback, and it's going to be the same thing. We've ruined him. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like a non-ending cycle. But like, think about this though. When has Sam Darnold ever had competency since before high school? Santa Camellia is not a good school. USC is not a good school. They're like terrible now. That kid Clovis is good, but he's not Darnold.
Darnold is a quarterback where you need a system and playmakers in order for him to succeed. He's like a perfect system quarterback.
Yeah, but he's never had a good coach around him.
Yeah, he is a guy that will play really well in a system that fits him well. You know, I always say Sean McVay and Jared Goff, perfect example. Jared Goff, you know, not the greatest quarterback in the world, but that offense looks really good because Sean McVay is an excellent offensive mind, and they have a good offensive line. They have a run game. They have weapons. Sam Darnold in that play action bootleg type of offense with a run game, oh my gosh, like that is what Sam Darnold needs to be in, is a Sean McVay type of offense.
Even Buffalo too.
I know. I mean, there's so many great offenses out there that Darnold would fit perfectly in, and it's the opposite of Gase, like the complete opposite.
Yeah, all 41 offenses are the opposite of Adam Gase.
Oh my gosh, man!
41 other offenses are the complete opposite of Adam Gase.
Yeah.
Adam Gase should be arrested for fraud.
Adam Gase should.
Joe Douglas should apologize to Sam. Just walk up to Sam and be like, listen, I am sorry for the failure we put you in. I am sorry for the abysmal head coach. We have failed you. We have done you wrong. We need to put you in position to succeed, and we know you're a franchise quarterback. We want you to play like that.
But hey, at least we're protecting you.
Yeah, dude.
But hey, at least we're protecting you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like last week was the first time we saw Sam have time in the pocket in his career, and there was nobody open now for him to go because all the receivers are injured. It's like, what do we do?
No nothing.
I remember watching the play, and Darnold was like sitting back there. I'm like, whoa, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
He's sitting back there with time. I'm like, what's happening? And of course, there's nobody open, so then he has to like throw it away, or man, it's just like we gotta find the light in this dark times as Jets fans, but it's really hard. The only really positives we can talk about is Mekhi Becton and Quinton Williams because those are the only two guys that showed up last week. Do you think this defense? I know Becton is a beast, but do you think this defense can like bounce back because they're looking bad?
No, we just lack talent. It's not, even the coaching. Even if Greg Williams did have a good scheme, we're still not going to do anything. We don't have the players.
I was making a joke. Oh, go on.
No, you got it, bro. Go.
Oh, okay. So I was making a joke to a couple of my buddies the last couple of weeks. I think something's going on with practice. I think they're teaching these players how to play two-hand touch football instead of tackle. I think the NFL's tackle football. I might be wrong, but we look like we're playing two-hand touch football right here. Like no one's tackling. We're just.
I can understand why, because everyone's getting hurt. Once someone does get tackled, that's the issue. Every time we practice, there's at least 3 or 4 injuries that happen within a practice.
Yeah.
Like my right ass cheek is broken. Like what? Like what?
How many people are faking injuries because they don't want to play under this head coach?
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh man, that's an interesting conspiracy.
Like the free agents we got were not guaranteed money. Like they're playing for incentive, so I don't think they're faking injuries.
Well, I mean, think about the head coach you're playing for. I'd probably fake an injury if I played for a god awful head coach.
But
I don't know. I care about legacy,
Gase.
man. If I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Like Jamal made the right decision of just playing his ass off and getting value for himself.
Yeah, like looking at it
Gase,
now,
though, like
what Jamal Adams did to get out of here, like as much as it hurt as a Jets fan to see him do that, he low-key is a genius. He got out of this dumpster fire before he saw the team, and he's like, wait, I don't want to be a part of this nightmare. I need to go somewhere. And obviously, as Jets fans, it broke our hearts because like you just threw everybody under the bus. You were selfish, and look where he is right now. He's in Seattle with a Super Bowl contender while we're sitting here in a dumpster fire. But at the same time, we got a haul, so I'm okay with the trade. But just looking at where Jamal Adams is, it's like, damn, he was right.
Yeah, he's in great hands. He's in great hands. He's in good hands. I'm happy for him. I mean, it my heart, but I was drunk during that time, so who cares?
I mean, I'm ecstatic with the haul we got to get 2 firsts and a third. Like, I'm excited to see what he does with that because this next 2 drafts is probably going to be the biggest factor for this Jets' success in the future we got 4 first-rounders in the next 2 years. If
Plus
Joe Douglas hit
maybe even more if we trade back.
Yeah. Plus
Yeah,
potentially
exactly.
more with the number 1 pick.
You're right. And, it seems as of so far that we hit a home run in our first round this year with Joe Douglas. I mean,
Yeah.
the second round, we still got to wait with Denzel. Can he get healthy? Because I really think Denzel has potential to be great, but he's just not on the field. So it's really upsetting. And, I really do trust Joe Douglas. He's the only person that I have faith in this organization. The top of the organization, I have no faith in. So hopefully Joe Douglas can go up to the Johnsons and, give him some football knowledge, because these guys just don't understand the game of football one bit. It's
You
like
need to
so
go back to the
frustrating.
mediocre baby powder company. Just go focus on your ridiculous products that you're trying to sell, and let Joe Douglas actually run things around here. Have a real football mind. Run the
I don't
organization.
even think Christopher Johnson knows how to spell his name. I forgot.
Yeah.
Has he ever
The thing
written
with
his name on
trading-
a piece of paper? I'm not even kidding.
The
It's
thing
so
with trading Sam, the thing with trading Sam is you gotta remember who has what role. The guy who's going to trade Sam is Joe Douglas, and everybody. I think all Jets fans would trust Joe Douglas at this point. I think he's the top guy who we should trust. We need to trust his decision making, and if you trade Sam, he sees something in Trevor Lawrence. But if he doesn't trade Sam, he believes in Sam Darnold, and I believe he believes in Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think Joe Douglas is not giving up on
I
Sam
agree.
yet.
No.
Yeah,
No way.
I don't think he is either.
He always said he came here Sam Darnold was a big reason why he came here. And before the season, he was talking about the maturation of Sam and how he's becoming a franchise guy. His own words, he talked about Sam Darnold as a franchise quarterback. So, and it was genuine. Joe Douglas doesn't just say that. You can feel his genuine, and he was real about his talk about Sam. And I feel like he's gonna understand. Sam can't survive in this environment. I need to go out there and get him.
way.
And this is
you need to get a hold of picks.
This is the offseason,
Yeah.
We unfortunately lost Robbie. I really want to bring Robbie back, but we replaced him with Brashad Perriman, who's been a big disappointment so far.
Yeah.
And Chris Herndon's not stepping up. Le'Veon Bell, I was excited about. He's injured. All these guys I was excited to see what they can do with Sam are all out. And now we're worrying. Now we're like, okay, 33-year-old Hogan, practice squad Josh Malone, undrafted rookie Lawrence Cager, and 37-year-old
God.
Or it's like, wow.
I mean, Cage is not even going to play the whole game. He's
Offensive
only play the
line
red
back.
zone. That's what he is. He's not-
Yeah, Cager's not even going to be a factor if Braxton's healthy. I feel like the X's are going to be Hogan and Malone, and then Malone's going to drop 3 passes in a row, and Hogan's going to get his self injured running routes on air or something like that, like during warm-ups.
I mean, God miracle, we got to the 30-yard line. That's when Cage is going to come into the game and be that big man target that we need him to be. Darnold can just throw it up and say, go get it.
Will Gase even put him in there, or is he trying to run Frank Gore up 30 yards up the middle?
No. Josh
times.
Adams. Josh Adams.
Oh,
he'll
Josh
be
Adams.
the
You're
line.
right.
That's what he'll be
You're
doing.
right. We should activate him from the practice squad and then put him in after Frank Gore goes off.
Imagine his son goes into the game.
I'm waiting to see the news of who we're activating because we didn't get that yet.
Yeah,
I
I
just
mean, honestly, I know Cager is like, it feels like a lock with like the Twitter stuff, but I think Joe likes Jaleel Scott because Jaleel Scott, he was on the Ravens. He's also 6'5", 220. He's faster than Cager. I think he could be a surprise active because you know how Joe likes. Well, our front office, they like Colts players. They like Ravens players because that's where who's the assistant GM, Frank something Vogel or something like. No, that's a Lakers guy. Never mind.
I know exactly what you're talking
Did
about.
you see Frank Vogel? Oh my God.
No, I'm all in
The other
basketball
guy.
right now. So so we like those types of players. So I wouldn't be surprised if we treat Cager as a developmental guy and then put Jaleel Scott in because they're a similar build, and Joe feels comfortable with guys that he's interacted with before. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Cager doesn't get activated this week.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we need to activate 2 players off the practice squad from wide receivers.
Oh, I hope so.
I do think Lawrence Cager is a lock just because Cager's been wearing number 1 all throughout camp, and that's not a
now
number.
he switched to 86.
Now he has 86, so that gives you a little like, okay, now he has his number. Now he's like ready to be activated. So I think Lawrence Cager will be there, and I did say I think Jaleel Scott will be right there with him because they're both similar builds, like you said. They're both red zone threats. They both have high potential. They're both X guys. I mean, do we have a backup slot behind Berrios? Like, who would be in the slot?
No,
He's out.
wide receiver.
Wasn't Hogan a slot in New England?
Hogan did play a little bit of slot, so I feel like he could sub there if Braxton can't go, but I don't want him there. He's not fast and he's not decisive.
Yeah, I
in the
run
middle of the field.
faster than him, probably.
Yeah.
It is frustrating. I hope Lawrence Cager and Jaleel Scott are both activated. Those are the two guys I'm looking out for. Dante Moncrief, is he still healthy? Like, is he still there?
I think he's on the practice squad IR right now.
He's still alive?
He's still alive.
Oh,
The interesting thing about those guys, though, is that it really those two, if they get activated, it really brings a physicality to the offense that we don't have. Like, those guys, they can be contested catch guys. Herndon can be a contested catch guy. So once they get on the field, like in a red zone situation, you have a 6'5" on one end, 6'5" on the other, and then a 6'4" in the middle. Like, you can have Darnold throwing those high throws that are just going to get pinpointed in the air, which I mean, Gase, obviously, he's not going to do anything productive. He's probably just going to run it. But if we can, like, scheme towards the strength of those guys, I feel like they can be incredibly productive if we get inside the 20.
Definitely agree.
Agree.
Yeah,
Gase do it. 100%.
you got trust in Gase getting creative and getting those guys on the X's.
Yeah, that's really it. I mean, maybe he puts Cager in motion and throws a reverse to him because we got to utilize his strength, like his 4.6 speed. You know.
I mean,
Instead
the
of him
Colts
being
have small
6'5".
corners. They don't have big corners at all, really.
That's also true.
What, 6'2", 6'1"?
Their best corners, their nickel, Kenny Moore, and then they have two guys that are rookies because they
Oh,
got
Rock-
injuries. So
Dickerson's hurt, too? He's hurt?
Yeah,
he has a
Who's Becton going against?
Ron
sick, I
Xavier
think.
Rosen.
That's fantastic.
It's just,
Who's
you know,
Becton facing on the
Justin Houston.
Probably Justin Houston, yeah.
I mean, he really won the battle against Bosa and Hughes. I mean, Bosa did go down, but the small sample size we got. I mean, Mekhi Becton's been exceeding anybody's expectations for a rookie left tackle. And I went into this season as like, all right, Mekhi's a rookie. He's going to get beat. He's going to have penalties, but he's also going to show flashes of potential. The whole time he's been showing flashes of potential. He has not got beat. He has not had a penalty. And, I mean, week one, he gave up one sack. He had a
holding penalty.
Yeah, he had a holding call against Jerry, who's...
And the Niners, though, he was clean, you know, no sack, no penalty. So if he can, like, if he has, you know, one penalty and gives up one sack, you know, that's not the end of the world. We have to remember he's a left tackle. That's a rookie, probably one of those most hardest positions to play in this sport besides a quarterback because you're protecting that blind side, and he's been mauling people.
And he didn't get a preseason.
Yeah, he didn't get a preseason. And it's crazy because Mekhi Becton was also showed up on the injury report back-to-back weeks. Last week was a knee issue. He was limited. And then this week he has a shoulder issue. He's limited. But each time he's fully participated at the Friday before the game, and he's going to be playing fully healthy. So he's been a little banged up. He's a bruiser. He's fighting through those little naggy injuries. So you love to see that from Mekhi. And he's been nothing but – he's probably our best player on this whole team, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, I'm so down to have – a stud left tackle. There's some players like Damian Woody tweeted out. He's like, "Yo, Mekhi Becton might be the best offensive tackle in the league right now." The way he's playing.
He legitimately might be the most dominant tackle I've ever seen.
He needs to be considered for Rookie of the Year. He
the
seriously does.
Yeah.
Oh,
if he keeps up, if he plays the way he did in the first two games throughout the next 14, he definitely should be considered offensive rookie of the year. First lineman
Has a lineman ever
Honestly,
won that?
if the Jets win more than 5 games, he should be MVP.
If they didn't give it a Quentin Nelson,
I don't care if he wins Rookie of the Year.
true.
He just needs to be in the conversation for how well he's doing if he keeps this up for the rest of the year.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
He's getting
finally going
He's
forward.
getting his recognition. Daniel Jeremiah, he has a YouTube channel now. He had a video of like his top
He had
8
him ranked at number 1, yeah.
He had him ranked number 1 rookie in the league. So he's
That's
getting
over
his
quarterbacks. That's over running backs. That and
Over
offensive
everybody.
tackle over guys like Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, like etc. You pick an
Daniel
offensive
Lamb.
tackle.
All
That's
right, guys, we got
serious.
someone new joining in the stream. What's going on, Matthew?
Hey Richie, I'm gonna head out, dude.
Thank you for joining in, David.
Of course. Take care, guys, and let's
Take
hope
care,
for a
bro.
win tomorrow.
Take care, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah,
Take
see
care.
ya.
What's going on, Matt?
Not that much.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Excited for the game tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, what was it? I saw Hooker's out, and so was Rock Essen, so maybe they'll lose by 20-30.
True. What's your opinion on Adam Gase? You want to give us a quick little rant?
Sure. I would fire him if they lose on Thursday night and get embarrassed by Jeff Driscoll. I'm not letting him get on the bus back to the hotel. I'll just say go home, and I'll send. And when he goes to the facility to pick up stuff, I'll personally ship his stuff back to his house.
Yeah, I feel you on that, bro. It's been really frustrating season for the New York Jets, and I think every single Jets fan's in agreement that Adam Gase needs to go, and Adam Gase is not the guy. Hopefully, the Johnsons can come to a real, awakening and be like, wait, what are we doing here? And hopefully, he gets fired as soon as possible. So this stream has been live for 1 hour and 25 minutes. That is insane. I loved having you guys on here. I might be ending it here. And I love giving you guys a platform to talk. I'm just a Jets fan that has a channel. I'm just like you guys. I have an opinion on the team. I'm a diehard fan. You guys are all passionate. Love having you guys on here. Definitely going to do this more often. Let me know if you guys wanted me to keep up this, because I love having my subscribers, my followers on here, talk Jets football, because, it was awesome hearing you guys. And if you guys want to just say anything before I end the stream, go right ahead. But again, it was great having you guys on here.
I think the something I forgot to say at the beginning, when you got an ESPN personality like Ethan Greenberg, who's a diehard Jets fan, one of the diehard Jets fans I've seen, when he comes out here and publicly says, if he were to have, I think he said grandkids play youth football and not have Adam Gase coach that team, that just tells you something right there.
It does, man. It does. And it's just like every single Jets fan needs this guy gone. Former players like Cromartie and Woody and all these guys are coming out after Adam Gase, and it's just been really
even a rookie like Mekhi Becton.
Yeah, bro. It's been a dark time for Jets Nation, but who knows? Last year we started 1-7 and we finished 6-2. Who knows what happens? We're gonna get healthier soon, hopefully. And you never know. This Jets team can come out and shock the world, but is it looking likely right now? Absolutely not.
No.
Break the bank from Lincoln Riley.
Yeah, break the bank for Lincoln Riley. Get Adam Gase out of here. I'll
Lincoln Riley.
Anybody off the street. Mike, Fire Gase, Bo, and Brendan, appreciate all you guys joining in on the stream. I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much, and let's go Jets.
Yeah, thank you.
Go
Jets.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, Richie.
Thank you, man. Go Jets.
Appreciate it, guys. Peace out.
Peace out, man.